an example, I opened Elon Musk case for $14 and managed to unbox AK-47, the Empress, which cost $66.
Those Molotovs will keep them at bay. The fact that Facecrack's just walked in main is blowing my mind, and he's taken the mind out of Keserato. A huge frag on the top of the site. He's not done there.
Oh
3 with the Mac-10. They put all of their pennies, all of their schmeckles into this round, and Furia now only have 2. Could be 1 soon, because Furia are going to lose Vinny. Great angle from Facecrack. He's on for the ace. This is incredible.
Oh!
Facecrack demands. Box tags him up, but it's not enough. Kenny quick on Carrigan. 1 versus 3 from the lead fragger for G2. Got a signature weapon, and the magic stick lives up to the name. It's looking great. Frozen on the dankest of flanks. Well, but hang on a second, Kenny, he's too smart for this one. He's got the bomb, and he realizes.
Has to jump over towards the mid window. At this stage, Kenny knows exactly where he is. He knows he's got the advantage here.
He has to jiggle, has to force Kenny to pull the trigger too soon, and does it. That's step 1 for Frozen, and now on towards the bomb, trying to bait Kenny into trying to charge him out. Cancels it, and he's done it. 1 versus 3. I think he was integral to success in this dire circumstance. Another opportunity presents itself. It was Fiat. Doesn't have the kit just yet. Does have the frags, though. He gets 2. Tags up the other. Krad, the last man standing. No kit. Surely no hope. And it's beautiful from Exa Power.
Nexa and Letney, that's all that's left. How do they find a spot to plant in? They don't have Ivy. My God, this could be it. Nexa! That's 2! Out of nowhere, comes in from the flank, and there's 1 more player to go. Nexa's going to finish him off, and now it's up to Gade. He's been the thorn in their side. Gade up high on the trains. He's spotted! Nexa does it! The ace for him! What a save!
A game out of this half. It was such a stomp to start things off. But this resistance, nice work from Oscar, just making sure that this round isn't too much of a threat. Wow, he's on for the ace. No worries, a shooting gallery for him up against the unarmored pistols. It's not often you see an AWP thrive in rounds like that. They're so mobile, so dynamic, and he does hit the ace. Nice work from Oscar.
From being a factor, they don't know where Breeze is, but they can surely hazard a guess at this point. Here he goes around the corner and peeks in. Oh my God, Breeze with 2, and now it's just Buster. Where is he? Breeze needs to predict this one perfectly. There's so many options here for Buster. There's, oh no, a missed shot. Buster, no! Breeze makes it work with 3.
Out for them with the pharmacist here.
And Forrester is having the game of his life. He's looking for 4 here. Nice work from Apex. Look at 1 versus 3. SpeedX got his knife out just with the FAMAS. 3 quick kills. Dear Henry. We'll have to see that one in the replay, but great work from Nuki. Long-range Mac-10s, taking a leaf out of the Amanek playbook, and this is big from Hellraisers. Issa is connecting. RPK took a little too long with that one. They know exactly where he is, and the damage was done. Nuki adjusted. Issa on towards the bomb now. Trying to draw him off it, and manages to do just that. Low health and converts. Surely RPK can play the time here, and he does.
He won't have a kit.
No
RPK
kit.
will be aware of that. Oh, RPK.
What is he? Trying to draw him out. Gets around the corner just in time. This is such an interesting 1 versus 1. Now he's recovered the kit. RPK can swing, and Issa's taking his time with that one.
And now they have to figure out where the hell is Nexa. They can plant the smoke on the bomb and then tap the bomb. That could be one way to try to force him from his position. Got to be careful. Nexa with a fantastic position. Takes down one. They know where he is. Yeah, that's the do it, but Nexa, he's done it!
He's looking, he sees a cap, can't quite make the connection, he's got to commit to it. There's a graveyard player there, and he's got another one, SpeedX. 2 kills so far. Can he really do this? This is absurd. 12 versus 12. This is a huge run for both teams. One team's going to be more or less broke. Hunter creeping around the smoke. He's spotted straight into the crosshair.
Tap it to try and draw these peaks in, but first Dexter going to see if he can get a position away from these tunnels. Actually going to set himself up on the sight box just so he can be covered from the door. That's Sicko's job. Shot lands. Oh, but Dexter with the spray down. He'll get them both.
Chance to breathe. Carrigan gets an M4. They have no utility remaining. And 3 kills to find. There's a flank coming in. Amanek, he's going to get 1. That's a horrible little angle. And it will be Carrigan now to fend him off. He manages to get the second. He knows exactly where Amanek is.
Now he can just dance around this box, play for the info. Amanek, every step you make, every step, you can play around it. Look at this. It's a gorgeous dance. Back and forth he goes. He's running the clock down. Amanek does eventually overcome the odds.
Oh, he hasn't got it.
He hasn't got it. No kit. No worries. Carrigan's played it to perfection. What a hero play from him.
Oh, I'm here scouting long, and it's just me. And This is where Urcast, he waits, and he's a patient, patient man. Hiding in the bomb site. Now he emerges, and there we go.
Wow.
Patience is a virtue for Urcast.
Kenny still getting closer. Upgrade to the op. They didn't go for the AK that he dropped, though. Interestingly enough, Jax still with the pistol. Was working in from the other angle, could not get there. He has to work from the front of the bathrooms. Freeman, first shot success. Jax 13. He downed and leaves Kenny alone with bomb. 8 seconds. This time finds the first on the op. Oh my God, he's found the second as well.
Now, and so his opportunities getting more and more limited. That's a huge shot into the thigh of Ricket. 1 versus 1 now, Obo. He's young, he's at the major, and he's not gonna connect the shot just yet. The plant's bad for him. James going aggressive, he knows he ought to hit the shot close quarters, he does so, and he does have time.
Oh my
That's
God.
brutal. Just ZywOo then to go 1 versus 2 to shatter the dreams of an impressive round from Greyhound, and he's got a real shot at it. Sicko's dancing with him on the site, but it's not for long. Molotov keeps Dick Stacy at bay for bomb retrieval. ZywOo's playing this perfectly. Smokes off the library side, will get the bomb down. They can't be peeked. Immediately from short, now holding the line.
Oh my goodness, if Dick Stacy can pull this one off, it'll be one for the ages. But ZywOo, always so good in these positions. He seems to have a solid understanding as to where Dick Stacy's positioned. His crosshair tracing him around, and he absolutely nails the headshot there. B-rush.
Big B-rush. Flashes, smokes, the whole shebang, and instead, the CTs find themselves at long. It's going to be a wide open site. I say wide open. See, Rox is going to be getting all of these. No worries. 4 in quick succession just melts any chance of the USPs being a threat. Nice work.
Itself instead, though, somebody pushes out, able to trade, but that gives Kenny the information. Bintet the better play. 27 seconds and shocks.
And trying to close that gap ASAP. He wants to try and put some pressure on that planter. Woxic on site, very standard crossfire. This is why we say this is the harder sites to take. Or retake, I should say. They're considering a walk through the smoke. It's Chris J's job to hold it, and double peek now all onto Woxic. This is actually not impossible for G2. Lucky's pre-aiming. He's ready for Amanek. It should just be 1 click of his mouse. It's 2.
And this is where saving those AWPs comes in handy, some extra money, because it could be another costly round for them, or it could be the final round. A HE from Adren not going to land on Nuki, some pre-fight. He's got another HE, though. That one might do the job. It will, leaving Eastern in 1 versus 2 now, fighting for survival. Crouching by the car, takes Adren out. 1 versus 1. The bomb is so fast, it doesn't really need to speak. There's a huge headshot from him, though.
Decon, he's got the time. No smoke, the Molotov's good. 10 seconds, he's got the time. Where are the CTs coming from? Yuri and Keserato. Bomb in, he can hear the steps, rather intimidating. Looking to take the fight, gets 1 and backs away. He knows the other's there, and he gets the headshot. 4s continue to deliver. And so they're going to be taking this half one straight towards long. The Molotov from Alex will not catch Dexter. He's well ahead of the curve. 2 CTs to receive. The flashes are good. Can they get across? RPK towards Blue, and he's staring at it. That's going to be a weapon if they can get away with it. Dexter's got full health with it. He can catch Alex. Greyhound, they're making a good go of this. ZywOo was caught off in long, but I don't think he's the one that's caught off. They're locked in here with him, and that's huge from ZywOo.
He's got a good chance of any to win this. He'll go towards B. He knows he needs a couple of kills here very quickly.
No
indeed.
utility. They've got nothing.
Yeah,
they have to take this fight.
Here we go.
1 already. Keserato, there he's expecting him. Oscar's looking to lean into this fight. Keserato, it's an impending death, and now looking for the 1 versus 3. Oscar, the hero. This would be his 4th in the round. Tickles the bomb. It's a bad plant. Oscar's going to have to advance. It's so quick.
Yeah, with no kid especially, I don't think they will have much of a chance here. Jax has
chance. Saloon, Zeus doesn't want to let it happen eventually. Finding Carrigan. Nice work from Chris J as well. And it's a big response. It's a loud one. 2 heads roll. Not going to like that one. Still, though, the round very much in Mousesport's grasp. Extended by Chris J. There is a smoke, no kit.
Potential 2-man setup. Nafly though is going to focus on the short position. He's going to get popped. Keycut's still looking towards the bounce. That's a disgusting burst from him. And he just keeps going.
Stick to your remake.
My wheelhouse. During our
that smoke, that incendiary, Otto holding down the connector position. This is really bad. The bomb can't make its way forward. Even though Nexa goes down here, Otto's still delivering the damage. The pressure's on, they have to push forward quickly. And it's just a shooting gallery here for Otto. My God, Otto!
And actually, this whole defense backing away from long. They've got to be careful because Alexi's waiting. Good kill with the spray. And Alu's out mid with the AWP. If they can get this bomb, Alu can actually cut them off. They can't get back to the B bomb site. An over-rotation from Vitality.
Yeah, they just need to recover the bomb. That's really the big deal, isn't it?
And that Molotov is a Vitality thrown one, and that's even going to stop Alex from rotating into position properly.
There's 1 kill on RPK, and now he's just hiding inside. Alu with a quad kill, looking to get the ace to win this round. He's going to come right through and take down RPK.
Edge of the wall, but as will take down 2 very fast-moving rounds. 2 from catwalk to connector, it gets 2 through to the A bomb site. So right now they're just annihilating these pistols.
When he goes forward with the FAMAS as well, he's letting them come. He is such a crazy player, Stan. I can't believe he just did that. He gets a triple as well. An absolutely world-class play coming out here.
Off of short, and that leaves them with very little time, very little players, very little chance. Valder tapping away a spray for the third.
It is time for the 1-2 segment here at the Berlin Major. Someone is going to go home, make space in the hotel, make space in the practice room so we can play. Somebody is going to go home. And in this match, it's going to be MIBR or Na'Vi. Very strange to say. We saw the first body bag zipped up yesterday with the likes of Ninjas in Pyjamas going home and Dream Eaters as well. And now we've got some more teams to join them.
Yeah, the
The dead weight's being removed, James, from the tournament. It seems weird though, you know, because obviously Na'Vi versus MIBR. Na'Vi always a favorite. You know, you've got Simple and Electronic, two of the best players in the world, one of the deadliest duos you can come across in professional Counter-Strike. And, you know, how can you not expect them to make it to the playoffs? And here we see the results after yesterday's conclusion. ENCE and NRG. NRG, that series was extremely exciting. If you guys missed it, definitely check out map 1. We had a lot of overtimes.
You mean Astralis and NRG?
Indeed, and Astralis, that will be their loss. NRG looking like they are in world-beating form after that result. Cirque, and in particular, really delivered, and that's something we've been waiting for. I feel like for a long time.
You know, that match actually tied the number of rounds at MLG Columbus, Flipside and Mousesport.
Oh wow!
Perhaps a more entertaining game.
Yeah, slightly.
Or a more positive. I mean, this one was.
Yeah.
But that was a pretty wild back and forth. There were some crazy clutches. Cirque with the AWP clutch to take it to,
yeah.
I think it was double overtime.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one. These are the matches today across both the streams. G2 and Avangard are going to be kicking off things on the main stream. Both those teams are currently 2-1. So there's plenty of pick and progress or failure to be had today for all concerned. And Astralis versus Crazy is going to be an interesting one. Team Liquid in a weird spot as well. I think, though, in a best-of-3 versus North, you have to put them. I mean, I'd be very, very, very surprised if we saw an upset in that particular match.
Yeah, we've got some brutal matchups here. As I agree, the Crazy one versus Astralis would be very interesting. Vitality and Mousesport has a lot of potential as well. FaZe and Renegades is, you know, I think it works out in the sense that both FaZe and Renegades have sort of been struggling to deliver their peak form. So that will be interesting to see which team can deliver it. They're obviously elimination matches for days here, as we'll see. You know, the first match that we'll be covering will be MIBR and Na'Vi, and we'll be getting into that in more detail in just a moment.
Yeah, MIBR versus Na'Vi. FaZe Clan versus Renegades is an interesting one. Renegades going down 0-2, winning a match yesterday to stay in it. Now, are they going to be able to turn things around and make surprise people at this point? I mean, it's been disappointing for FaZe Clan. They seem to start with promise. People saying they were looking good, but they find themselves in that 1-2 bracket as well. So. Yeah. Not going that good, apparently.
Yeah, so here we go. MIBR, Na'Vi, that'll be the first match we'll be covering. And it's strange, James, because MIBR, you know, it's been more than once now that we've casted games where Zeus has been standing in at the major. And, you know, and a coach has been standing in at the major. You know, it's not an ideal situation. And when you're up against Na'Vi, you know, that really, you know, there shouldn't be a world in which Na'Vi lose this game due to that very fact. And so MIBR really have everything against them in a matchup like this. And, you know, sure, MIBR have performed better than some of the other teams that have been struggling, such as NIP, for, you know, similar reasons, but different. You know, it's a struggle for different reasons. But yeah, this should be straightforward, surely.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, this should be the end of the line for MIBR. Looking at the recent matches they've had, outside, I don't think we can really look too much into the NIP one where. Yeah. Most of the team delivered, but looking at the other two, one of the matches, I have them open here, bear with me a second. So if you're looking at versus G2, the likes of Taco and Zeus didn't really turn up, both with 6 kills. A similar story where not everybody turned up against ENCE either, but these are the results for Na'Vi. They haven't played so many matches in the last 3 months, so yeah. In terms of map pool and so on and what we can really expect from them, we don't have as much. I think the play break has been in a really weird spot where we don't really know what form people are coming into the major in. We only know what they were doing prior to that break. Obviously, they'll be practicing some of the time during that break, but people are going on holiday and so on, so we can only read so much into that. But of course, regardless of all those things, Na'Vi have to be a heavy favorite here. Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple points which, if everything adds up like it should, suggests that this is the point in which Na'Vi start to really, you know, they start to smash, because we've seen that Boomich looks like he's in good shape. You know, we know him to be a player that's very good in so far as a team player. He will take the initiative. He's very versatile. He's a great player to kind of tie players on the team or other roles together and kind of complete a team. And, you know, he's very positive and very energetic as well. So great player to have on your team. And we've seen that he has been performing very well. We've also seen that Zeus has been performing very well individually. So those are two really big pieces of the puzzle that are working for them. And I think Na'Vi's Electronic and Simple will start to level up as this tournament progresses, and Na'Vi should look very dangerous from this point forwards.
Yeah, looking at MIBR, again, as far as I can tell from social media, KNG's mother confirmed that he is going to MIBR. So I can't imagine they're really practicing with this team, considering the major is twice a year and there's plenty of other tournaments in between. I know MIBR will prioritize the long term, so Zeus will do what he can. But really, the team have to be. I mean, I can't imagine that KNG was practicing with them at that point, but their eyes have to be on the future, not necessarily the now. Of course, they'll do what they can on the server, but it's not going to be great. Yeah, and honestly, I think I can't wait until we get to start seeing that iteration of MIBR. I think KNG is the revelation that they need. I think the fires will be lit up under everyone's asses collectively when he joins that team. He's such a fiery, passionate player. I think and I'm hoping that he will be what they need to turn things around. But for now, indeed, it's dealing with the situation at hand, and that is now the veto between MIBR and Na'Vi, and it's definitely going to be difficult to find a place to play against an RV. I mean, out the gate, we see that a pick from MIBR of Mirage. Well, we know that Mirage is one of the favorite maps of Na'Vi and has historically always been that way, so if you're picking it against them, that's not always the best sign ever. Inferno for the second map, and we'll have ourselves, what is left? Train, there we go. All right, so Mirage Inferno Train. Honestly, this is Na'Vi. This really feels like a very Na'Vi biased map pool, all things considered. You know, Train used to be a good spot for MIBR, but where it really is good for them right now. Yeah, you're missing Cold Zero on your team. This is as a bit part, like as a part thing, a temporary thing until KNG comes in, and that's a very different kind of player to take out. Obviously, Cold Zero could AWP, but he's not KNG, and who knows if Fallen will even be a primary sniper. I can't imagine that Fallen's going to be the primary sniper on that new team. I think they could do with the difference, somebody else picking up, and maybe he tries to pick up a Chris J-esque role. So the MIBR we see today is not the MIBR we're going to see tomorrow, that's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a good point to make. I think a lot of stuff will be changed. I think a lot of egos have to be set aside as well, you know, going into all of those changes. And that should be hopefully the kind of rebuilding phase that they need. But can they defend their tournament lives here? Of course, these teams are playing for the tournament lives. MIBR will be eliminated if they lose this, such as will Na'Vi be. That's an interesting sentence. It is, Dan. Let's get them out of the way early. Let's get all the derp out early. You know what, I was thinking to myself yesterday. Wait, is that backwards, those odds, James? They have, something has gone terribly wrong. Something's gone wrong there. There's also got to be backwards. Man, look, just get on this website, and if those are the odds. That's true, that's very true. Smash that bet button. It feels like everything's backwards here. Because Na'Vi should be heavily favored. Well, here, this is Strafap, right? So the Brazilian squad, true. The Brazilian fans, this could be real. But those GG bet odds are crazy. The money is going to... Yeah, honestly, sell the house, man. Get in there. Sell that. Okay, well, that's just... as I was going to say before that... Don't take James's advice. As I was going to say before that, I was thinking of just like reading a paragraph or a page of a book out loud before I came here today, just to kind of get the brain warmed up, because yesterday it was, you know, I think I had too much caffeine yesterday, and I was just blabbing all over the place. Plus the caffeine, that's the missing piece. I don't do supplements, man. I don't do supplements. You don't do supplements? I refuse. I don't like the idea of supplements. Whether it's natural or not, I don't want. Technically, caffeine is well. Is what? I'm not taking it as a supplement, or I guess, I don't know. Look, I don't want to take that crap. That's for you. You take all that stuff. I'm fine. I'll just walk it off. Actually, I just don't know if it would be considered as, I guess probably not. By the way, it's not really, I mean, it's not really supplementing anything that's naturally occurring in your body, so I think you're taking it as a supplementary device. Therefore, it's a nootropic. And as is Alpine, there you go, boom, owned you. Thanks, Dan. I'm sure everybody, I don't even know what you're talking about now, but it's a supplement. You're taking it for supplementary purposes. Therefore, it's a supplement. Why would you argue this? Anyway, we will be beginning on Mirage soon enough, and you can see, as I mentioned, you know, Simple, although as James mentioned, there hasn't been a huge amount of vision of where Na'Vi are in, you know, the competitive matches. Maybe at the beginning of this major, some of the results could be explained by a little bit of ring rust, maybe. Ultimately, you know, Simple is one of the players that consistently clocks the most hours of all the pro players, especially in the likes of FPL. You know, if you guys have been checking out his stream, obviously, why wouldn't you be? If you're a fan of Counter-Strike, you just get to see highlights just repeatedly all the time, him just dominating the best players in the world. As he is known as the best player in the world. To most people, that's the answer you'll get if you're new to Counter-Strike.
So he puts the hours in, and as I mentioned, Zeus has been performing individually really well. I think above expectation this tournament so far. And Boomich is playing really well. You know, I do believe this is a championship level team. Like, one of the qualities of championship level teams that can stand in a grand finals on the stage and deliver, is that they peak at the right time. You don't want to be showing your best. And it's not that you're trying not to show your best, it's just that you rise to the occasion. And this is certainly an occasion to rise to, given what's on the line. So I would expect to see some world-beating performance here from the likes of Na'Vi. Can MIBR challenge them, though?
I'm really interested to see who MIBR try to utilize in this series. Who's going to be the point man? Who's going to be the second one in? A lack of cold zero. Very, very interesting indeed. The 1 minute mark. The countdown has begun. We will soon be starting. Indeed, it is MIBR on the T side. Now, for those of you in GoTV, I would recommend Simple, especially because they're on the CT side. He's a person who's not terribly fond of heading towards the window. In some matches we saw earlier yesterday, I think it was Renegades with Gratis Faction who would throw a Molotov into the window to stop the smoke grenade from obscuring the vision and so on, and having a high focus on that and getting results from it, but we might not see the same thing from Simple, so it'll be an interesting example for people on how CT Sniper positions themselves. You should also look out for anybody who's playing around Connector. There's a spot where you can peek into Connector, and you can also strafe peek Palace, so you can look at the CTs and how they position themselves there, not exposing themselves to two places at once, to give you an idea of how to try and defend the A-bomb site.
And here we go. And I'll just add in that as far as rifling goes, when Na'Vi switch onto that T side, Electronic can be absolutely devastating when he's, again, feeling on top of things. And I think this will be the game where we see some big performances here for Na'Vi. So here we go into the freeze time here for the first round. Na'Vi versus MIBR at the Berlin Major. The loser will be eliminated from this major. Na'Vi, the absolute favorites here. And Na'Vi getting to start off on the favored side, most would say. They will pick 5 Kevlars. No kits, no nades. They're looking to fight. They're looking to scrap out. They're not looking to have a prolonged situation here. And they'll be playing a pretty, well, 3-2 setup, or I should say a 2-1-2. So that's actually a bit more unconventional, given what the meta from what we've seen recently.
Flamey's going to have a look. Again, he's got no one's a flashbang for him, but he doesn't need it apparently. Pissed around, he's coming into it with confidence. He'll be blind though, having to fall back. There is a third player here in the market position. Simple's going to be taken out early, and it's not going well now for MIBR's Zeus with 3 headshots in quick succession. And Zeus finds himself alone. MIBR's Zeus, we've got Zeus versus Zeus. Look out for a Zeus kill on an eco round.
There we go. That's what they needed. Na'Vi pick up the pistol. They get all the economy as a result. And this is where things can get very dangerous, because we'll get the force buy from MIBR, but if they're unable, if they have a bad start, then that's when Na'Vi can really get rolling. You'll see Simple up on the AWP straight away. And you know, we're talking about Zeus's individual level, seeing already some good stuff from him. He looks really focused, and if Zeus is performing individually really well, that's going to help. That can sometimes be the X factor in giving the space that the likes of Simple and Electronic might need as the star players to really get going as well. But here is a forward play from Na'Vi with the MP9 on Electronic in middle.
Fallen, Lucas and Zeus top mid. Electronic doesn't want to get caught with a grenade in a